Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa. Today is a Friday, so you know what that means. Grab something red because we are ED every Friday. Remember, everyone deployed. We are grateful for our servicemen and women and their precious families, and we're just really grateful for them. So, cheers to all of our servicemen and women. We're going to grab Westwood and see what he is up to on a Friday happy hour live stream. Thanks to everybody in the live chat. Make sure you jump in the live chat right down here and say hi and introduce yourself. We've got some great fam bam in there. We will be getting together one more time this year at a winter meetup in Illinois, because why not? It's been kind of a crazy year. So we'll be right back with Clint Westwood right after this. Give us a like and share the video. Welcome back, Westwood. What in the world is going on? You just kind of silly. Wait, you're muted.
So silly. Don't even have any audio. Yeah. No, Dollar General stuff, it's leftover Halloween crap. Doesn't even fit.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah,
Not a thrift store. You've been hitting the thrift this week pretty hard.
Yes, I'm very thrifty.
You're very thrifty.
I am very frugal or very thrifty. I have been hitting them up. I've got a whole new wardrobe. I've got all kinds of new shirts, looking good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
It's good. And you got some
CDs.
Were they tapes or CDs? They were CDs. Okay.
CDs. Hey, the Golf is upgraded. It does have a CD player in it.
Okay, cool.
2001. It's
The
got a
other
CD
thing
player.
I was going to tell people, if they have children with Xboxes and stuff, we just found this out. So for Canon's homeschool stuff, we have this Intro to Logic. And one of the things we ordered, well, it came with the package or whatever for Logic or Intro to Logic. We got a CD kit.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell am I going to do? I don't have a CD player. Well, he found out that his Xbox can play CDs. DVD, maybe they're DVDs.
I think I can play DVDs. Maybe they can play CDs. I don't know. Yeah, they're both. They look the same. The compact discs and the DVDs look the same.
Yeah. And so he can watch like movies on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a DVD.
Yep. It's a DVD.
Yeah.
Digital video disc.
Yes. So if anyone has a child or if you're an adult, I guess, with an Xbox, or maybe some of those other game things have the same thing and you could watch movies on them.
I had an Xbox once. Didn't work though. So,
stop.
That's
a joke, everyone. He's talking about.
Oh, what? No. I actually had an Intellivision when I was young. I mean, that was the old school stuff. I really wanted the ColecoVision, but I ended up getting an Intellivision with the little discs and the keypad, and I kind of always regretted that. But then I got a Nintendo gaming system, with the original Nintendo that came out. That was awesome. I mean, that was like a breakthrough. That was like the next wave. And then they had all the Sega Genesis and, all that other stuff.
I had an Atari.
I had an Atari 2600. Yeah. Actually, I don't think I had it. My aunt and uncle did. And I always have to go over there and play it.
Yeah. I was going to say all 4 of us kids had it. And 4 children with one Atari does not well.
No, not at all. No. Take the disc out, or the cartridge out, put the cartridge back and flip the toggle.
A lot of sharing.
Yeah. Man, they were so expensive back then, because this is in the early 80s. And I remember, because my aunt and uncle had just gotten married recently and they didn't have any kids yet. Well, I think they were about to. But anyway, I was kind of like their little child for a while. When they were dating, it'd take me out, and do all this stuff. But they got an Atari gaming system. And I remember it was like $220 in the early 80s. and the
Oh,
cartridges are $20, $30. I mean, it was expensive. And you look back now and man, these things are, you can get one with like 60 games built in it for $20 off eBay, and it's just, you can
no.
play. Oh yeah, go look up like Nintendo gaming system and they'll have multiple games all loaded in this little console and has the controls. You can hook it to your TV and play all the old school games. They have the Atari ones, they have Nintendo ones. It's pretty cool
That would
technology.
be good if there was like some kind of I guess like not a full-on blackout. Like I titled this Black November. Because
Yeah.
okay, there's this whole thing. I don't know if you guys are noticing
You're
this,
sniffing
please
all that
put
up.
in the chat or put a comment if you're watching this later. Are you noticing a lot of advertising about Black November or um
Well,
Black,
Black Friday is coming up.
but it's supposed to be the weekend, the Friday after Thanksgiving. And Walmart is saying it's this
Black month.
day. That Walmart's saying that Black Friday is November 14th, and they are doing commercials for it, and it is not today. It
No, it's
is
always the
it
day
is
after Thanksgiving. You
the
get
day
up
after.
early in the cold and you bundle up and you wait in line. You
Yes,
try
because
and
my
get in,
kids
get that washer and dryer and that big screen TV and
yeah,
all
because my
kinds of
kids
little
were always
stupid.
so confused. They're like, "Let me get this straight." So on Thanksgiving, we talk about how we're grateful for everything we have, and we
Yes.
pray, and we thank God. And
Yeah.
then on Friday, you get up early, and
Yes.
people run each other over and injure each other
Yes.
to get more stuff.
Because you
Right.
don't have enough.
Yes. This is
Right.
America.
I'm thankful for everything I have, but I would really like to get a lot more. And so
Yes.
I'm going to get up early on a full belly of turkey and go get it.
And break
Fight everybody
windows
else.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and fight people for injure people for Tickle Me Elmo or whatever the
There,
hell.
there are people that enjoy that, actually enjoy it. I know them. And they like to get up early and go do that every year. Hate it. I'd rather sit home and watch the high school football championship games, with all the high
Not
school kids
me.
playing football. I
I don't
actually like to watch that, the high school football.
that must be
But
another
I'm
option.
not, yeah, the Black Friday thing. You can order everything online.
Yes.
I mean, all of it's available online now. There are no good Black Friday deals anymore. There just really aren't.
That's not true those are not the only options in life, just so you know.
No, I know.
There
It's just
you
here.
can also go to estate sales
Well, that's
or
true.
thrift
Thrift shop.
and find really great deals.
That's
And
the best place to go. It really
yeah.
is, these thrift stores, because people are just, think about it. All this crap that people have that they buy on Black Friday that they don't end up using at some point, because they have specials on this and that. Well, I can't pass it up. I need to add a fourth blender, a little chopper, for $2. And so it's in the box and you never get it out. And then pretty soon they just get rid of it.
Yeah.
All the clothes.
Yeah. I want to bring up Tom's comment really quick. I'm curious what your thoughts are. I have some thoughts about the video of Kristi Noem giving the TSA agents lined up and giving them $10,000 bonuses for showing up for their job.
Thank you for doing your job. Where's my bonus?
I'm like, first of all, F the TSA. Second of all, where is that? Is that taxpayer money that's going to the TSA for bonuses?
It's a tariff dividend.
What in the hell was that
I
about?
don't know. Maybe they had money left in the budget. That's from all the confiscated silver when you go through.
Well, where did all that go?
I don't know.
That was just like,
Yeah, what did they miss? 2 paychecks and they get a $10,000 bonus for showing up.
well,
You
and
knew you were
did
going to
they
get
really
paid.
miss them because weren't they just going to be like paid later or something?
Yeah, it was right. They were just not getting it while the government was shut down, but it would be made up later. Yeah.
And many of them, so a lot of these, what I saw an article on it, it was only the highest paid people were cut back a few days. And then if you made 50,000 or less, which I can't imagine a TSA agent makes maybe they make more than $50,000 a year. I highly doubt
I
it.
don't know. I mean, it's a
But
government job, so
so if you made less than $50,000 a year, you didn't miss any days. If you made 100,000 or more, you got cut back to 3 days a week. So these people aren't, what? You're gonna give them 10 grand? What is
I don't know.
happening?
I don't know. It's enjoy the show. I mean, it's crazy. We're disconnecting from reality. I think we really are. I think we're
Completely.
getting pulled into the AI matrix, and this is like preparation for it so that we don't know what's real anymore. So you look at everything and it's just, it's
Or
so
you just get
bizarre and
so pissed
crazy that you
off
can't
that you're like,
process it.
I am not participating in this.
Pretty
Like,
much.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Buy new freezer, buy whole cattle and stock it and exit, you know,
Yeah.
buy chickens and get own eggs. Yeah.
Move
Yeah.
next to another. Yes.
I mean, it's kind of getting to that point where it's like, I just don't want to even engage in any of that nonsense. I'm going to walk my own little path here, and everything else is just, no, it's all scenery. It's all just,
Well, because how many times are we going to hear that Pam Bondi's about to? She's about to.
it's about
She's
to do
fixing.
this.
There's a saying in the South, they're fixing to. They're
Hmm.
fixing. She's fixing to.
She's fixing to get that done, Lisa. She's
She's
fixing to get that done.
fixing to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Senate is they're gonna vote on it.
What do you do?
Then they're gonna vote on it.
Later.
Yeah.
Later.
Mhm. Yep. Gonna vote on it.
That's awesome. Gonna vote on the Epstein files next week. It looks like
That's
they're
right.
up for next week.
On Tuesday, they're gonna vote on it.
On Tuesday, we're gonna have a vote. We're gonna vote. We're gonna get this done.
On whether we should or not.
Whether we should release a certain percentage of
Mhm.
redacted
That's right.
files. Even though, remember, Pam Bondi,
Maybe.
ushered all them out with all the influencers.
And
with
it's
the little
not if
book.
they should, it's if they should, what was the word? If they should. It was like if they should kind of push or encourage the release of. It wasn't
Oh.
if they should actually release. It
Oh,
was
it's
if
not the
they should
actual-
encourage.
She's got a stack on her desk, though. I've got files on my
They're
desk.
sitting on her desk.
Sitting on my desk.
Sitting on her desk. Yes.
Okay, that's cool. Meanwhile, Apple releases the digital ID.
No kidding. Was that not some 1984?
Think about it, though. You just said something. The original ad for Apple, like the Hallmark ad that they had, it was a play on the 1984 thing. If you
Really?
yeah. If you pull it up, look at Apple advertising. It's like their rollout. I think it was in 1984. I mean, it had Winston. 2 + 2 is 5, Winston. Yes, it is. No, I mean, they had the big 1984 black and white thing, the Apple rollout thing. I don't have all the details. I'm a big picture guy. I just remember the imagery.
Okay, I'm searching it up. Give me a minute.
Search it up. I was thinking about that in the yard today. It's such a nice day out here today. I was out in the evening, right before happy hour, out there walking the dogs, and I thought, it's November 14th. And it feels like this. And it reminded me of 1999. I was working at the nightclub, and they have like this terrace, this deck that you walk out. And I remember walking out, leaning on it, looking down, everybody in the city walking around, having fun. And it was so warm out in November. And I thought, this is such a warm November evening. This is beautiful. I looked over at the guy, who's working. And I told him, I said, man, enjoy this night because this is a perfect evening for November. And I remember that where I was in 1999. You can go look it up in the climatology charts, whatever it is, whatever that warm night was in 1999. I know where I was. But it's just interesting how certain moments, they touch you and, like songs, they resonate with you and you like activate you and you remember the feeling of it. You remember all these feelings. It's, and it come back. And so anyway, tonight was one of those nights I'll remember.
Nice.
6:32 left to play in Super Bowl 18. Raiders 28-9.
There we go.
Today we celebrate the first glorious anniversary of the information
Oh my God, mask.
For the first time in all history, a garden
Shield.
of pure ideology, where each worker may bloom, secure from the pests of any contradictory force. Unification of force is more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people, with one will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh. And you'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984.
That is creepy. Okay, first of all,
Now, do you realize the irony of the whole thing now?
the masks. Did you see the masks on several of them? She looked a little trans, just saying.
Hey, she threw a big hammer.
The hammer. Yes, that was the other big thing. And it was a very like 1984 and whatever. Oh my gosh, that's so creepy.
And now Apple has the digital ID. You know, it won't be like 1984 though. It's not going to be that way.
And the Olympics, yeah, involved. And the
Well, I mean, you look at the symbol of Apple, and I know it wasn't an apple, you know, the Garden of Eden thing, you know, eating the forbidden fruit, you know, from the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
It was rainbow.
But yeah, there's a rainbow in it, you know, and then you've got a bite out of the apple, you know, and the symbology of that. And so there's a lot going on there. Just saying.
Man.
So yeah, that made me think about that commercial because I remember that was like one of the Hallmark commercials, you know, one of the great commercials of all time, you know, the breakthrough commercials. Apple Macintosh.
Sorry. Oh, be quiet. So I don't want to skip ahead. Marky, Be Remarkable on YouTube. If you're not following her on YouTube and X, go follow her. Shared in a message about it was a video, it was a different channel, but then that channel shared about this guy who he's called like Brandon Biggs or something, and he's kind of a spiritual guy. He has some prophetic stuff. He like had a prophetic moment where he saw like Trump actually getting an assassination attempt.
Oh, is this the bald? He's bald and
yeah.
Okay, I know who he is. Yeah.
By his ear, where like his eardrum got ruptured. It was very close to what we were shown happened.
Mm-hmm.
Whether somebody believes it that's what happened or not. And anyway, so then I watched one of his videos that was more recent from, I think it was from a week ago, 7 days or something. And he talks about some of the recent, silver failures, and that he had another, prophetic thing about, and that there were 4 doors being shown to him, and that God was kind of giving us all this time, his people, because he saw like a great depression coming or something, but he was trying to give his people time to like get their houses in order, whatever. But he saw silver going to $75 here pretty quickly. Gold going to like 10 grand, silver going to $75 pretty quickly, and 140 by next spring, which I thought was interesting. Yeah. There was something. Oh, but he also saw another like pandemic that took like 350 million people. And a lot of it was around like a planned health crisis seemed like big pharma was involved. So Is-
What? No.
Yeah. It was kind of wild.
Did you see the Economist the World and Tomorrow magazine for 2025?
No.
Okay. That's one of those deals. You know, they always telegraph stuff with that, the Economist magazine. I think it's the world ahead. They call it, or the world to come. I don't know. Economist, the world to come, or world ahead, 2025 edition. Kind of interesting. Looks like a big molecule with
Where-
all kinds of- Yeah, you got to search it up.
25?
Yeah, 2025. It's this year. It just got released.
Oh, it just got released. Okay.
Yeah. It's the 2020. Can't speak once again. 2025 Economist, the world ahead. I think they call it. They do it every year, and it's called the world ahead. Something like that. They give it a title like that. The world to come, the world ahead, the world. Somebody probably knows in the chat. But yeah,
Okay.
it's
The Economist. I see it.
okay. Yeah, and if you look at it, the visuals. That's all the things that they're kind of telegraphing. Pop it up on the screen.
I'm going to share this instead with you.
Yeah, the world ahead. That's it.
Like this.
Is that one it? There's another one that I saw that's
No?
no, it's not that one.
Huh. Okay. Let
Oh, well.
me
Anyway, it looks like
let
this.
me go back on pre-search and see
Okay.
if I can find the Economist topics, the world ahead.
For some reason, whenever I try and pull these up, it's hard to do. I don't
This
know
is
what-
the Economist,
Yeah.
the World Ahead 2025, and then
magazine cover. I don't know.
Tom
maybe-
Standage trends to watch in 2025. Letter from the editor.
Do you have images? Click on images and see what the images are. Up there.
Images.
Yeah, up right below where your search bar is, where you searched in that search field, there's all, and then images, and then videos.
Oh,
Go
on
back to the search.
pre-search.
Yeah, go back to the search.
See what you're saying. Okay, share this tab
Yeah,
instead.
click on images and see if it comes up that way.
Okay.
He's looking. Oh, that's down here, down to the left, second one down. Yep.
This one?
Yep.
The swirly thing?
Yeah. Look at that. Now, what's it look like from a distance? It kind of looks like a, I don't know, what would you call it? I'm not a scientist. An atom or a molecule or a disease,
Yeah.
like a COVID symbol, that they'd
Yeah.
show, little molecule thing. And it's got all these things interoperating in it, and you see in the center there, it's kind of like the 250-year anniversary, and you've got the fist of freedom coming up with a handcuff on it, and then it's surrounded by like ships and stuff, and I don't know, it's just you start looking at that, and
Cargo ships, these
yeah,
Viking ships, tanks,
they're kind of
satellite,
telegraphing things for us.
pokey things. There's another pokey thing, satellites, lots of little pills,
Mm-hmm.
lots of little pills all over.
That's what they envision for us in 2025, I guess.
Video games
Yeah, see how it's tied to a brain.
to a
Yeah.
brain.
Video
Yeah.
controller, controlling the brain, through a game almost. It's like a game to control your brain.
Hmm.
There's just all kinds of symbols in there that it's worth taking a look at and just studying and getting an idea of what their thought process is, because I think a lot of this is messaging.
Interesting.
Do your own research, everyone. See what you come up with.
Yeah. So this kind of ties back to the big guy, Brandon Big. Or Biggs, Big. I think it's just Big. But he was saying that one of the visions he saw was kind of talking about the 7 deadly sins or whatever, and that they were showing you 5, but then gluttony and sloth were kind of in the background
Okay.
and not being brought to the forefront.
Okay.
Were kind of being hidden, and it was and so the 5 were being shown to people as sins, but the 2 were being like, oh, but we won't bring these to the people's attention so much.
All the
We'll show,
balloons.
we'll show them all these bad ones, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, these killing and this and this and this, these are bad, but we won't talk to them so much about gluttony and sloth.
Yeah.
Or is that the two? Yeah, I think that's the two.
That sounds right.
And when I'm looking at the brain being tied to the video game,
Uh-huh.
and think about Wall-E, the game,
Uh-huh.
and then that in that Disney movie, people were disconnected from reality and they were lonely and sad and depressed,
Yes.
and they didn't even know people were around. They were lonely, but they were all riding around in their little Walmart shopping carts because they were too fat to walk.
Right.
And they were all on their video game thing, and they were all actually in a line of other people, but they didn't know it because
No,
all
I had
they
no
were
idea.
doing is looking at their video game thing.
Correct. Well, I see that all the time. People walking down the street, looking at their phone, tripping on themselves.
Mhm.
All the time.
And not knowing that they're surrounded by other people.
Yeah. Life. You know.
Yeah. Well, and think about
Real
that.
life.
You know, there was that message, look up.
Yeah.
And some people thought that was going to be tied to, you know, incoming aliens or
Look up.
rockets or meteors or whatever.
Right.
It might just be put your damn phone down and look up at the human next to you.
Correct. No, it's not looking up from this angle. It's looking up from this
Yeah.
angle.
It's just look up straight
Yeah.
ahead.
Right. So many people don't. I mean, they really don't. I mean, it's immediate. I see people get out of their car and they're on their phone immediately when they get out of their car. And I mean, it's like, do you know where you're going? You see where you're going here?
Mhm. Yeah.
Self-enslavement.
They were finishing the conversation they started while driving.
Well, then you stay in the car before you get out and stumble on yourself and bump into somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's you might as well just get the chip, get the Neuralink, and then you're good. You don't even have to worry about picking the phone up. You can just drive down the road and all good, connected, Bluetooth and in, get your music playing. It's all, you know, and people will do that just because of the convenience. Yeah, there's definitely going to be a certain segment of people that'll say, you know, it makes it a lot more convenient. That's true. They tried it with Google Glass, you know, you put the glasses on and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you know, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. And, you know, it is such a double-edged sword because we think about, you know, oh, we have all this information at our fingertips and we've learned
Sure.
so much. And, you know,
Absolutely.
I mean, my husband's fixed our cars and
Oh, I know.
done,
You can look up anything. You know, how do
yeah,
I do this? How do I
we've
tweak
saved
the?
so much money, you
I
know,
know. Yep.
being able to do things ourselves and all that.
Yep. But do you go to dinner and you sit there and you're on your phone when you're talking? I mean, or I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, you know, if you're like sitting there and looking across from each other, and you're on your phone, you know, instead of engaging, I don't know.
Yeah, you need to have boundaries for sure.
Yeah.
We all need to have boundaries for sure, and make each other, you know, important.
So if you sit next to each other in the booth, then you know, more interaction.
My husband still does that. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. He's bad about that.
Slide in.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 That's very sweet.
Indeed.
Indeed. There's a few more things. I was really happy to see another win for Mr. T today.
What did we win?
The rogue judge in shambles after a smackdown. Trump has full authority. And this is where I was like, well, maybe this is Black Friday. Maybe we're going to see some action. Because as we discussed last week with the professor, if you guys aren't following the professor, the professor's, what is his channel? Oh gosh, David. What's David's channel?
The professor.
It's like the professor's recording, or the professor's. Remember that we watched his thing about continuity of government and all that?
I know. I can picture him. He's very calm and
He's a
great
great
reader.
voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
The
remember his name.
Professor's Record. The Professor's Record. And he talks about a possibility of how we may be in Trump's, or maybe in a pause in a military continuity of government, because they found, the steel and all this kind of stuff. And we've seen, and there's several, I'll show you some of the articles, but more and more evidence of things being found. In fact, I think, was it Arizona? They found, I can't remember
property.
how many thousand votes, mail-in votes with no envelopes. And so more and more evidence that the vote was stolen, all of this kind of stuff. And so when all Trump has to do is make a statement of a national emergency. But one of the things that I think he was maybe holding back on this, because we have to re-register, we have to get a proper vote, or the voter rolls cleared. We have to have a proper voting roll, or it doesn't matter if we keep having votes and we keep using Dominion, and we have to do it on paper. We have to have it matters who counts the votes. We need the military to count the votes. We need it to be on paper. And we have to have a proper voter roll. Who is going to be on the roll?
That's a big question. I mean, because is it U.S. citizens, and who are U.S. citizens? And I mean, you kind of get into the mud on that one. And
that maybe has to be decided, because that's another thing that they are deciding is, was that decided, the birthright decision? I know Trump was trying to get that decided through the Supreme Court as well. I don't know if that one got decided or not. I'll look it up here in a sec.
We go back to just landowners. Because everybody's screwed then.
It's an idea.
I don't know. I mean, you've got to have skin. You got to have skin in the game, and that's the whole idea. Being born on the soil. At least you're born on the soil. You're invested in it, because.
But then spouses would be like, okay, well then, us as a couple, you would only get one vote.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Well, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, well, those are things that need to get decided. Yeah, I mean,
all of that has to be decided.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's what Mitch said. What about renters? And it's like, F the renters. I mean, that's the attitude in that situation. You don't have any stake in the game because you don't own anything. And so,
but is it taxpayers? Because we talk about
so that's what I mean. What is it that qualifies you? There's got to be somebody. You got skin in the game somehow. You got an interest in how all this works. So what is that qualifier?
What is that qualifier?
And it was always, well, you were born in America, so
United States.
Well, then you have to start considering, well, if it's taxpayers, do you let 16-year-olds vote? Because
they're working.
If they're working and they're paying taxes, then do they get a say? I mean, so there is a lot of discussion around that. But this article is about, and this is one of the pieces that had to be decided before Trump issues the executive order for national emergency, because he has to be able to federalize the National Guard to make sure everybody's safe, and also to be able to use the National Guard for doing something like registering, handling the vote.
Yeah.
Or managing, counting the paper ballots or whatever. And so the Supreme Court has decided that Trump does have full authority to do so. So this was a win. I think one more piece in the puzzle, kind of moving us forward to where that could be a possible scenario.
Let's get it on.
Yeah.
The problem is these electronic voting machines, I mean, have been proven over and over to be compromised. And so that's the problem. I mean, we're in a digital age, and we would think that, okay, we should have integrity, be able to build in integrity to the voting systems. I mean, I've never gone to an ATM and gotten the wrong amount of money out, ever. Always gotten the right amount of bills, no matter how many there are, no matter what denomination, whatever you put in, always comes out right. Okay, if they can do that, why can't we count the votes correctly? And it's just because it's not supposed to be. There's back doors, and it's been proven. I mean, you've seen it many times where they show that they can hack into these things. They're not supposed to be online. Well, yeah, it's kind of online. Maybe not, but it is. And it's
Well,
just,
yeah.
geez. And then you go back and you think, oh, the whole contested election in 2000 over Bush and Gore. Ah, the dangling Chad. Well, we've got a solution. We'll take government money and give it to you to buy all these, government contracted, companies, machines. And so they usher all that in, problem, reaction, solution. And so look what's happened since then. I mean, these votes, you're like, that person got elected? How'd that person get elected?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, we know a lot of that was controlled, and it has been for a long time. So,
Yeah. What do you mean Ron Paul's leading in the primaries and then all of a sudden he's not? I don't know.
let me
Curious.
wanted to see if I could find if that one thing had been decided really quick. If I can't find it really quick, I won't stay on it. Court decision.
Yeah, right, Benny. No vote for you. Oh, speaking of Benny, thank you. Be right back.
Wait, not images. Has not made a definitive ruling yet. Okay. Oh, but that's as of October. Well, we're just into November. Certified class.
All right, welcome to the Home Shopping Network, the Westwood Shopping Network. So what we have, our first item, we have this lovely Mueller meat cleaver and a sharpening thing. And this beautiful walnut cutting board.
Lovely.
Now, Benny sent all these to me. Warrior.
Oh,
He said, be expecting something in the mail because last time we were there, we're cutting on a piece of glass that's got ribs and it's not a cutting board. And I don't know, Mitch's knife apparently got ruined or something. And so Benny's like, you need something to be able to cut stuff up correctly in that bar. So he sent this to me, and that was very, very nice of Benny to do that. And so now we are prepared if we're making fajitas, or cutting up any other things. So we've got all the tools. Good to
yeah.
go. Thank you, Warrior. Thank you, Benny.
Excellent
Appreciate you.
tacos. Yeah. Speaking of which, if you are looking somewhere to hang out on Spaces on a Tuesday night, jump in, follow Benny Warrior 32 on X for Taco Tuesday.
He's in the chat. Warrior 32. Go find him.
You can find him and hang out on his X Spaces,
Taco
Twitter
Tuesday.
Spaces, and on Tuesday nights, and a bunch of us are in there, and it's a good time.
7:30 Central Time.
Mm-hmm.
And then tonight at 8 o'clock Central Time, we're going to have another edition, the Friday Night Lighthouse. That's what I've been calling it. So yeah, I'll have the Spaces tonight at 8 Central Time.
That'll be good.
Yeah. I'm talking about all kinds of things. Good stuff. What were you talking about? You're talking about some kind of meetup.
Oh, well, I think we're having a Westwood winter meetup.
I think we might not be able to leave and go anywhere if you make it here, though. Now, the weather has been really nice. I don't know what they check the Farmer's Almanac before they're off the shelves and see what it's going to look like, at the end of the year. But I think you'll all be fine. You'll make it. The government's open. The flights are flying. People are driving. Gas is going down.
Yes, they just got a giant bonus. They should be really friendly.
They're going to be happy.
They won't be
smiling and patting you on the back and saying, "Oh, have a great flight."
They won't even be trying to jank your stuff through the.
No, they're good for now. We're going to be getting another $2,000 stimulus check or dividend check or something like that. I don't know.
Are these for real?
What?
These new Desert Power Wagons by Dodge?
Oh no.
Are those real?
So yeah, it's probably AI, Lisa.
Oh,
Would you find something
I
that
did.
you want? Is it the
Yeah.
one that looks retro?
Yes.
Okay, I saw that. I don't know. It could be real. I see people saying they want one.
Lord.
Well,
Can-
$140 silver. Come on.
Yeah. Look at that truck. So the ones from the 40s are the ones that are like on my bucket list.
Look at that one.
Oh, it's a pub.
I have a vehicle bucket list. And I want a power wagon from, I think it's from 44 or 46. I can't remember.
Yeah, I do too. I got to put a bucket in the vehicle so it catches the water that leaks. My bucket with vehicles.
Look at that. That is bad. You know what? I love it. Anyway, sorry. I love cars. I get distracted easily by vehicles. I wish I didn't. That's
Now you know.
a very expensive habit. Okay, what was I looking for? I totally got distracted.
Don't know.
Score.
Go on.
Dang it. Sorry.
Go on.
I forgot what I was looking for. Got completely
Weather forecast.
Yeah, I
for
don't know.
December.
Sorry. What's my name? Okay.
What's my
Oh.
name?
Here's something else that's kind of some good news. People are being held accountable. You know, these crazy people that you were seeing like complaining, oh, here I got your, I'm on Snap and I'm got my fake nails and driving a Rover and all this crazy stuff. This lady was arrested in October, apparently, for not reporting her household income, and she received $25,698 in SNAP benefits. And
Over what time frame?
I don't know how much you get. But it says by not reporting her household income and composition accurately, Jefferson Davis County officials arrested Reese on October 3rd. So interesting the timing of when she was arrested. And when SNAP and all that stuff got shut down around that time, didn't it?
I think it was November 1st it stopped. So I think October went out. Not for her, unless she got it on the 1st or 2nd.
But I thought they were been shut down for like.
No, I think it was. They were talking about it, and they were not going to have it for November.
Oh,
so
I see.
nobody got any for November, but it looks like November 20th.
They haven't even been without it for that long.
I know. I mean, seriously. I mean, you don't have like wieners and beans saved up. I mean, you don't have anything on the shelf. I mean, you're like real time.
2 weeks. I mean,
right.
come on.
I mean, seriously. I mean,
That was the last time you went grocery shopping was 2 weeks ago. Anyway, I
could not leave the house all winter and be fine. That's
Yeah.
kind of my mentality. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Anyway,
I
annoying.
mean, that's just how I think. Because you don't know. I mean, you have no idea. Supply disruptions, wintertime, trucks can't drive,
Mhm.
I mean, if you need your bagel with schmear, you might want to have a little bit at home. Man.
Yeah. Get a little powdered milk.
You need your foo-foo coffee. You might want to have a little cream at home and some coffee. Because you might not be able to go out and get it.
You've got backup. So anyway, just saying.
Well,
lots of good things happening. I thought that was good that there's some good things happening. So
yeah, no, absolutely. Because there's massive fraud and abuse in it. There is. I mean, you see it. You see it all the time. Need a good reset.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I know. Aren't there times where you just say, you know what? Just let it burn. just we'll start over. I mean, at this point, I don't know what to do. Just burn it. Let it burn.
Well, that's when they were saying something about
we'll fix it later.
Yeah, more stable coins and more whatever. I can't even remember. And I was like, this does not sound very stable. And then I was like, well, that's what they're doing is they're just destroying it. Like they're letting it eat itself.
Yeah.
And they're letting the Fed eat itself. It's just its own destruction. You know what I mean? It's like when the enemy is destroying itself, like get the hell out of their way, you know?
It
And
is. I mean, really, that's kind of my mentality. Stay out of the way. I mean,
yeah,
really, as this whole thing starts to crumble, just kind of get out of the way if you
yeah.
can.
We know, we preach about all the time. We talk about having hard assets in your own possession,
Mhm.
and looking out for and how important community is,
It
um,
is.
and being able to barter and trade
Mhm.
within that community, and knowing, knowledge is so important. People with skills. And I
Mhm.
saw an article, they were talking about shipbuilders, and they're arguing about the H1 um, people and why they need to bring them in, because we don't have a lot of skilled tradesmen. And so they're going to bring them in to help then train up people in America, at least for a time.
Yeah.
And then no, ship builders,
We got
Jerome.
plenty of the other kind.
Yes.
No
And
shortage of that.
yeah, and I know they were talking about like how our fleets have, diminished and whatever. What's interesting is I know I had seen an article where Trump had been meeting with I believe, was it Finland? I want to say it was Finland, and buying some of their icebreakers. Or maybe it was Greenland. It was either Finland or Greenland, but buying a bunch of their icebreakers, and to build up some of our ships, and all that kind of stuff. And so it was really interesting to me to focus on, and focusing on that Navy. And the navies are the ones that have won the wars
Oh yeah,
um,
because I mean,
in
you can
history.
transport troops and whatever else you need. I mean, you got to be able to get overseas to do that stuff. Yeah, the Navy's very important. Always has been. You know.
Yeah, and ours have just been diminishing over the years. And so
Yeah.
to hear that, it's just really interesting to hear that kind of focus. And then I heard this other discussion talking about how those are one of the people who, you're very kind, thank you, who could not be replaced by AI, is a shipbuilder or a
Okay.
mechanic.
Okay.
Um, and so I was like, wow, that's something I would really love to um, get my son,
Hmm.
and youth interested in, because like my son loves to build things. He loves uh, roller coasters and building puzzles, and anything that is, mechanical, kind of that kind of thing. And so I'm like, okay, how do I get him to translate? Like, that's why a lot of these kids love these games like Minecraft
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff like
right.
that. They're building things,
Yes,
you
yes.
know?
And I think that's in our nature to kind of do that, at least boys anyway. I mean, you always want to be building stuff. You got a Lincoln log set, and you're
Mhm.
building, and constructing all these things. The erector sets, that they used to have
Mhm.
metal that you put together and a little motor. I mean, but what happens is, unfortunately, we have this narrative in society that says, oh, they get rid of all the industrial arts programs at schools, and all the things with the hands-on stuff, they've consolidated that down because the school up here doesn't have it anymore. And so they bust into this school over here. And, and it's like I've always said the best thing you can do right now is learn a trade. I mean, learn some skill, because going to college, and that's the narrative. Go to college, take out a bunch of debt, get a piece of paper, you'll be able to work in the modern society. And it's like, yeah, but the people in modern society can't fix their toilet. They get a leak and they can't fix their plumbing. They can't refrigerator, they don't know how to fix that. I mean, clean it, even, blow the dust off it. I mean, all these little things that you pay people a lot of money for, like a mechanic. What's it take to go to the shop right now? $150 an hour? I mean, to
Oh,
pay
at
a
least
mechanic.
that's a Chevrolet is
Oh yeah,
$150.
if you got a specialized
You
car,
go to Yeah, you go to
a foreign
Rover or
car,
something, it's like 250.
right? On an oil change, you're lucky if you can find one for $100 now. And how
Yeah.
hard is it to change the oil? I mean, you could make a business just out of that, changing people's oil, and walk away with, quite a bit of money. And I mean, it's like, but people pay it because they don't want to do it, or they don't know how to do it sometimes. And so, well, let's have this guy do it. And you pay a lot of money for that service. I mean, learn a skill, man. I mean, that's what that's what it is. Everybody thinks they're going to go to college and everything's going to be fine, but you need people to actually do stuff to make things work, to learn those skills. Heating and air conditioning repair. I mean,
Yeah.
appliance repair. I mean, anything. I mean, have that skill. And I mean, it's a lot of money if you call one of those guys to show
Yeah.
up and do some work. I mean,
No, I think it would be so great. They were what else were they talking about? Oh, and then there's this school teacher. This is so great. He and they used to have wood shop and
I
even like
know.
an auto shop
Yeah, they teach you to
in the
weld. They
school.
teach you how, yeah, exactly. With
Yeah.
cars, and I know all of it.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in
Carpentry.
school, which I know was quite a while ago, it was, I graduated in 90, but they had wood shop and they had,
Mhm,
I don't know that they had an auto shop at my school, but I know they had the wood shop thing because
mhm.
I remember that.
Yep.
And they have FFA and all that kind of stuff. But
Yep.
anyway, but they had, but there's some kind of wood shop or something. This teacher is taking his students and building tiny houses for homeless people, and he's somehow partnered with like a mental health um, nonprofit thing, so they don't just build houses for people and then dump them on the, you know what I mean? It's like they get help and there's other services for them and whatever. But he's showing these children that they can do something good and productive and help people. So they're
Right.
building these houses. It's really cool. Yeah.
And
I
how
mean,
satisfying is that to a kid, anybody for that matter, but somebody, a teenager that helps to build something and they see the finished product and like, man, I did that. I had a
yeah,
part in that. And
yeah,
every time you walk by it, you have pride in that, wow, I did that. I was a part. That's a big deal. I mean, you've got that whole, circle of production, I guess you could say, from start to finish,
community.
and it's there forever, for a long time, you can always see
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, and that's that really where community leaning on each other and really being healthy
Yeah,
in a
that
really
is
healthy way.
yeah,
So I think
that is very
that's really
healthy.
great. I love
Community
it.
gardens, I always thought the schools, they
Mhm.
need to have a garden,
Yeah.
maybe a giant greenhouse or something, depends on where you're at. I mean, but have this huge garden. We've got practice football fields where they buy up farmland so they can practice football, for one season. I mean, why don't we have all the, multiple acres of gardening, and then you go out there and they garden, they grow stuff, they learn how to prep it, maybe can it, maybe freeze dry it, integrate it into the school lunch program. You know what it is, it's healthy
Yeah.
food. I mean,
It
why wouldn't you
and
do that?
they have studies that actually, so Charlie, my husband, had a program with Subaru when he was running the Subaru dealership. He had one of the sponsorships he had with some of the inner city, um, like elementary schools. He would pay, and they would have the elementary schools. He'd pay for all the stuff, but they would grow gardens in the inner city
Yeah,
elementary schools, and because the children were participating, they would actually eat the vegetables and stuff. And so then there were these studies and stuff because the children were participating, where kids mostly, if you put a tomato on a kid's plate, they're like,
yeah,
no.
because it's probably not really a good tomato to begin
Yeah.
with,
But when it was
and
their tomato that they
mhm,
grew, they were more interested, they were more
yep,
open-minded about trying it, whatever. And so it was really cool kind of watching it and getting, the kids, the community involved in it. And I don't know, it's kind of cool.
absolutely. Because you go out there and you're going to try it, like the peas,
Mhm.
the sweet peas start
Yeah.
growing, the pea pods. You're like, oh, those are really good, and they pull a radish out. I don't like that, or I love that, and
Yeah.
and tasting it fresh like that, it's just a whole new experience. And I mean, it's much healthier. And then you're doing it. You put that seed in, and it grew, and you helped it grow, and now you get to eat it. I mean, it's a whole different thing. It's not just slop out of a can, pink slime. Or local farms, maybe partner with local farms and say, like, okay, this is where we're getting our eggs, or this is where we're getting our chickens to integrate in the school lunch program. And keep it local and try to produce as much as you possibly can. I mean, it's a freaking school, for God's sakes. Why aren't we teaching them how to like eat? That's the most important thing you do. Make your food.
yeah, learning can come in a lot of different ways. Kenan was helping Nana make bread and help her with the chickens. Well, he tried to help her with the chickens. The rooster's getting a little territorial, so
Be a little
he,
cocky. Yeah.
he getting a little cocky. He only likes Nana now. He does not like other people in there with his girls, but that's okay. But yeah, so he was helping Nana make bread this week and doing some other stuff. So, and that's all part of, learning, homeschooling. I'm excited about those kind of opportunities where his brain isn't just, oh gosh, more conjugation of Latin. You know what I mean? He doesn't even realize he's learning, and he's, doing stuff. And it's when your mind is relaxed and open, you are absorbing more. And so those kind of opportunities I'm always really excited about for him. And so
Now,
that's
well,
all.
how good of a date is he going to be for a girl when he's like, "Hey, I made this homemade bread. You want a slice?"
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
dang.
He loves the only problem is he loves to burn it.
Oh,
He
he likes to
loves
cook it too long. Is afraid that it's not done or something.
Well, he wants to after he cooks the bread and
Mhm.
it's great. He then wants to toast it so much that there's smoke coming out of the
Oh
toaster.
no.
So yeah,
Adjust that a
that's
little bit somehow.
that's
Yeah.
the only problem. But hopefully he'll outgrow that. I don't know. But
You burn it
yeah.
enough times, you'll figure it out, I guess.
We just figure he's getting a little extra C60, a little carbon,
Yeah.
But
Activated charcoal is not bad for you, so a little bit
there
of
you
charcoal can't be
yeah, a
bad,
little
right?
charcoal.
Sucks up the toxins. I don't
All
know.
those
Scrape it off
things.
and powder it up and mix it in water when you don't feel good.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Oh, I was going to show you guys some of we had the land cleared this week.
I saw that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was going to show you. Oh, can I find it? Well, I'll show you just maybe one little video. My husband took many. I'll just show you and they are like night shooting at the shooting range across the lake. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It seems really loud to me, but and these are Mom and I at the store. Okay. I think these are some that I can, let's see, take this one off. How do I do this? Share. I just want to share a couple of these before we wrap up, because I know we got to jump here pretty soon for okay. So like this was, well, okay, here. Now we're looking back up the hill. Pretty exciting. Oh, I kind of swung quick on that one, but that's kind of looking down towards the hill. And then there you can see a little bit better. So that's where like the house will be, and then they'll dig down eventually. We're just clearing it to get like the survey and figure out where we're going to put the house and the shop and stuff. So that gives you an idea. So anyway.
That beautiful view.
Yeah, I was very excited, making some progress.
I know. Finally, right?
Yeah, it feels like forever. But then I feel like it's all like in the universe's timing too, because like we've been waiting on this silver, and then to hear, and we all heard, oh, once it hits 50, it's just gonna kaboom and it can't hold back. And then, you know, the powers that be have been trying to suppress it. And now I feel like we're at this kind of precipice where what did it get to 53 today or 51 and 53 and they kind of couldn't hold it.
Yeah, something like that. It might have bounced up to 54 even. But you
Oh,
know, the
boy.
weekend, I mean, they're going to do whatever they can to kind of make sure it's not rising during the weekend. You know,
Okay.
they don't want that. You know, they want to kind of tamp that down, and then Monday kind of you know, lever it down a little bit more to try and control it for the week, to get the, you know, start it the precedent for the week, so it's not
Before
ramping
Monday.
up out of control, you know, starting on Monday.
Okay. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens. And I just feel like we're kind of right there. And that
It's
Brandon
close.
Biggs guy said that he saw silver going to 75 quickly,
Mhm.
and then by the spring, early spring, being like 140 because of shortages and people hoarding
I can see
silver.
that. Yeah,
Physical.
because you know, it's your 50 level again. That was the all-time high twice. Now, that's not the
Mm,
all-time high priced in dollars, you know, inflation adjusted, but the actual number 50. So it's a psychological thing in a lot of ways. You know, people, that's why you see people coming in to sell it at 50, like, okay, I can get my money, you know, $50. Okay, you know, I need money. I gotta, you know, a lot of people need money right now. So they're like,
yeah.
okay, I can sell this, sell this, sell this. So you got to clear that out a little bit. And so, you know, that's why it kind of levels out at 50. And plus, you know, you've got them wanting to keep it below 50 so it doesn't break free. But once it starts moving again, you'll see that FOMO of people going into it. And the thing is, everybody buying at that point, I mean, you know, I wouldn't say they're above water if that's the way to look at it. I mean, you know, nobody's underwater anymore. Nobody needs to sell anymore unless they want to sell. And I mean, you saw what happened when it ran up from like 35 to 50. The same thing will happen from 55 to 75. It'll just start moving very quickly. And you know, and then it'll hit another threshold to where it's like, okay, yeah, I've been holding this since $25. That's a 3x. I want to do this. Maybe I'll cash some out. And so you'll have a little bit of that, you know, psychological numbers and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it should, I would think, just once it breaks up past 55, 56, you'll probably see it, you know, $60,
You'll start
65,
jumping
70.
in those
You'll see those
big,
$5 days.
yeah,
Yeah.
the bigger
Yeah.
numbers will start
No,
jumping.
yeah, $5 won't be that much then, you know?
But then it'll be like, to me, that would be like, oh God, I don't want to get rid of it. If it's
And that's what
jumping that
happens.
fast,
I know, that's
I
what
guess that's
happens.
when the greed kicks in,
Mhm,
right? That's the fear
mhm.
greed index
Yeah.
thing. Because
Yeah, I
then
look at it from the standpoint of, because I felt the same way once it started getting to, it ran up to like 53, 54 the first time a month or so ago. I definitely had that feeling of FOMO. Not me, but I have felt other people doing it, you know, people calling, oh, you know, you feel it in crypto, you know, you have that same
yeah,
vibe. You're like, it's probably time to, maybe if you want to take a little bit off the table, to do it. You know what I mean? And, you know, if you want to get into another, because you just, I don't know, when you've been around the energy long enough, you kind of feel it. And there are signs that you're like, we're kind of getting to a little top, because, you know, everybody, the way they react, everybody's talking
hype,
about it.
the hype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's kind of gone away now, though. And I mean, even like I said, even at the coin show, you didn't have that FOMO level there where retail was coming in and a lot of new people are coming in wanting to buy, wanting to buy, wanting to buy. So it's kind of just kind of leveled out right now
Okay.
until the FOMO kicks in again. And then they'll come back and they'll be like, oh, I knew I should have bought it under 50 and I didn't. Now it's
Yeah.
57, 8. Oh gosh darn it. Now I gotta buy it, you know.
Uh-huh.
And they will. And they'll be fine. Because they're going to be long-term holders anyway, and so that's going to be the kind of a new level that gets built for new holders, and that'll kind of sustain it, and it'll continue to grow. But yeah, you're going to have older people that, you know, older people in the market that have had it for a long time, and they may be thinking, yeah, you know what, now's a good time to, I always wanted that vacation home. F it, I'm out. You know, and so you're going to have that. You know, if they're up quite a bit of money, you know, you're going to have that. But the retail ones, once retail gets going and FOMOing, it'll fly. This is what happens. Is that a mouse crawling on that screen?
Stop.
It sure
Didn't
He's
is.
on
you
the
do
outside, isn't he? Son of a- He's
last
like
week?
crawling up the screen on the outside of the screen.
Ugh.
tumbled. He just got tumbled. The cat was just out there too. Where's he at now?
That was hilarious.
I know. I saw him.
You must be feeding him too much.
Yeah, I know.
It's getting cold. He's looking for warmth.
He's trying to get in. Yeah, he's getting cold.
Ooh.
Leave the cat in here tonight, maybe.
Mhm.
I know.
He's just sitting, put her in here.
I know.
Mm.
Food, the one little bed.
I
It'd be great in here at night.
know, but other things,
That's not good.
scratching up furniture and cleaning up cat hair. Anyway, yeah, all the things.
All the things, the
Mhm.
pluses and the minuses.
That's it. You have to weigh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you, ADN. No mouses, no mices.
No mice. No mice. No mice.
No mice. No mice. No mice.
Hey, big shout out to Giovanni Antonio Gonzalez. That's Charlie G's son. He's been in the hospital having some issues, and just want to give him a shout out, and everybody kind of send some good vibes his way because he's getting better. He had a little bout, I think, of pneumonia, and it kind of got a little worse, but it's getting better now. And so I just want to give him a shout out, and hopefully,
Big
he's doing
hugs
better.
to
Sounds like
Giovanni.
he's doing better. So
Yeah.
Giovanni, hope you're better, brother.
Yes, big hugs to Giovanni for sure. I'm glad to hear that he's getting better.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well,
Hopefully
and
he'll be out soon and back home.
yeah, that would be great. That's always stressful to have somebody in the hospital. My goodness. And hard on the fam. Big hugs to Charlie G.
Yep.
Taking care of him too.
Yep.
So, any other updates? I think we're good. Otherwise, we'll see everybody tonight on Spaces. Follow Clint Westwood. Go to clintwestwood.net for all other info. You can always go to likecoinlisa.net to contact me or find more information on my stuff. And you can find Clint Westwood's Twitter handle on his website as well. So that's where you find all that information. We'll see you guys on X tonight.
Hey,
And
be imperfectly perfect.
there you go.
There you are.
All right, guys, take care. Much love. And we will see you all tonight.
Have a good night.
Good night.